Hi everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmummy.com, and today I want to show you how I decorated my mom's lake house, living room, and dining room from start to finish for Christmas in a winter white woodland theme. So I had the opportunity to work with Canadian Tire on an Instagram post. So they did sponsor an Instagram post and I will link to it down below, but this video is not sponsored by them. However, everything in this video is from Canadian Tire if you're interested in looking for it for your own home. Since I have so many Christmas decorations, I thought I would like to give my mom all of these decorations and decorate her living room and her dining room for her. She is my #1 fan for all of my DIY and decorating projects. So it was just a small way for me to give back to her for all she's done for me. So we got to go to Canadian Tire together and shop their white collection, beautiful white, neutral, lovely colors, which I thought would look so pretty in her lake house. You might remember that they built their lake house a couple years ago. I will link to that whole project down in the description box below as well. So here are some of the ornaments that we found for her living room and her dining room. Her walls are a really light color, almost a white, but more of a buttery color. So all of these beautiful whites we thought would look so pretty on her Christmas tree this year. And we tried to opt for a ton of texture so that this neutral color scheme wouldn't be too boring. So we started with this lightly flocked tree in her living room. I love it because it's not too heavily flocked. It just has little dustings of snow on the tips of the branches. And then I started by putting this vintage inspired gold star on top, and I loved these wooden beads. So these beads I just draped all around the tree. I think I used about 5 of these wooden bead strings, and I just kind of draped them in a classic Christmas tree garland style, just kind of swinging them from branch to branch all around the tree. Next, I found these giant pine cone stars, and I love their scale. They're so large. So I think adding ornaments that are big like this is a great way to add some drama to a tree. You might remember for my own Christmas tree, I added some giant DIY pom-poms, and I think if you kind of have a statement piece like that in your ornaments, it helps draw the eye somewhere. I also found these smaller little natural balls. They added a lot of texture and a little bit of color variation to the tree so that everything wasn't really white. I also found these beautiful sparkly feathers. I like how they have the glitter in them, so they contrast so nicely with those really rustic textured ornaments. We have these glittery, romantic, feathery fern type ornaments, and I like that we have this rustic mixed with glam. I also am using this velvet white ribbon. Okay guys, I tried to do a tree without ribbon. I told myself this would be the tree, but no, I had to add it. I just love adding ribbon. So I'm just adding a few rolls to this tree. I think I used 3 rolls in total, and I'm doing the classic ribbon technique that I always use on my trees, where I'm putting one end deep into the tree, looping it up and around, putting another end deep in, and I'm cutting it off as I go for this one in sections. The sections of ribbon are probably around 2 to 3 feet each. So I'm not putting ribbon all over this tree. I'm trying to just do a couple pieces here and there. I just love the way that ribbon just adds movement and texture to a Christmas tree. Next, I'm using this gold, almost copper colored velvet ribbon, also from Canadian Tire, like everything on this tree. And I wasn't going to use this. I was trying to kind of go for the lighter colors, but then my mom and I decided that it would be just a nice contrast, still neutral, to add to the tree. There's my mom popping in there to kind of see where she wants to put some of the ornaments. And I like how this ribbon is a little bit wider than the white as well, which also adds some more interest. Now I'm adding these snowflake ornaments. I like how they were almost farmhouse inspired and a little rustic looking. Again, just another different shape to add to the tree. So when you're decorating your tree, think about all the different shapes you can add. So not just little balls, but other shapes as well. I loved these little snow globe ornaments. They even had a little light you could turn on inside. Super cute. Since they are such a statement, I only used 3 of these on the whole tree. I also added just some simple white Christmas balls in here as well, and you can see that I just kind of interspersed those throughout the tree. Also grabbed this cute little fuzzy reindeer. It's kind of going along with this woodland theme that we wanted in my mom's house. She loves how her house is against the lake. They have so much wildlife. They love enjoying the outdoors. They snowshoe a lot. My dad ice fishes. So we wanted to add some of that on her tree. So we have these adorable little birds. My dad is partial to birds. He was happy with these. We have those reindeer, and then we have all of those sweet rustic elements like the pine cone garlands and things. I loved these glass ornaments. They added, again, a little bit more of that elegant touch to contrast with all the rustic woodland things on the tree. So my daughter decided to group some of the birds together and said they were having a staring contest. Finally, I took this fluffy white blanket, and I really like using blankets as an alternative to a tree skirt. So I took it and I wrapped it around the base of this tree to make a really cozy, wintry looking tree skirt for my mom's tree. Now we're moving on to the mantle. So I took these garlands. They're just faux cedar garlands. I love how they are pre-lit and they're battery operated. So they are really easy to turn off and on. I loved this geometric deer. So again, it's that woodland theme and it contrasts nicely with my mom's white mantle. Thought this pom-pom garland was so cute and wintry. It reminds me of snowballs. And I also added another wood bead garland to her mantle as well, just so that it was kind of continuing that theme from the Christmas tree. I found these flocked branches and I'm adding them underneath the faux cedar garlands just to add a little bit more texture, a little bit of that snowy winter woodland feeling, and then some more of those pine cone stars on top of the mantle. I'm also using more of these really cute vintage inspired snowflakes and popping them into that garland I put on the mantle here. And then I used some suction cups that my mom had and I attached a wreath, and it's another faux cedar piece to kind of echo the mantle garland, and it's also pre-lit as well. I put it on the mirror on my mom's mantle. So here is a final look at the Christmas tree that I decorated for my mom. I think it turned out really beautifully. I really like all of the rustic woodland elements, like these giant pinecone stars. I love the little animals like the birds and the reindeer, and then the little glamorous touches like those glittery feathers, the lit ornaments, and all of the velvet ribbon. I think it's sort of a typical tree that I would do because it has that rustic glam look that I really love. I seem to not be able to get away from that look, but I think it is just so cozy and it's just says Christmas time to me. I love that this tree is another neutral tree. However, it has all the interest with all of the different shapes and sizes of ornaments and all of the textures. And here's mom's finished mantle. I like all of the faux greenery here. I think that is just quintessentially Christmas. I think as much greenery as you can add to your space, the better. I also like the addition of the pom-pom garlands and the bead garlands to add some of that texture to this area. I thought this was so sweet. It's like a little advent pillow, and I put it on mom's chair that she reupholstered herself. I also thought I'd show you this side of my mom's room. It's kind of an attached dining room to her living room. We added some pieces here from Canadian Tire as well that I gave to her, and I think this turned out really simple and pretty as well. So in the center of the table, we're using a lot of the same elements as the living room. So that faux cedar, the giant pine cone star, as well as some of that flocked greenery. And then we found these adorable plates. Again, they have that woodland theme to them, so they have different woodland animals on them. I'm putting some little glitter feather ferns or whatever they are close to the plates here. And then I added these beautiful copper mugs, and I thought they were such a great contrast to the plates. And I love how they sparkle. On my mom's vintage hutch, we put another pom-pom banner and another lit faux cedar wreath. I truly love how everything came together in my mom's living room and dining room this season. I'm so grateful that I was able to shop with her and able to give her all the decorations and decorate for her. It was so fun to work together, and I love when I'm able to use my work to help people or just to make them smile. And my mom, like I said, is just my biggest cheerleader, and I owe her so much, and I was just so happy to do this with her. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this decor in my mom's lake house. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more DIY and decor ideas. And I'm going to leave some more videos up in the top left-hand corner that I hope you will enjoy.